I'm going to show you how to do this cute little crochet box. You can use it for jewelry. You can use it for change. I'm using it for post-its at my work. I'm going to make some couple loops and put it on my fuzzy wall. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to start with a loop. So here's my, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then stitch it into the first one to make your loop. And then you need to know, for this project, you need to know half double crochet. That's really the most complicated stitch, and slip stitch and chain stitch. So to make my first row, I'm going to chain 2, and I'm working in my ends as I go. Just kind of have it. So that chain 2, sorry, I had to take it out. That chain 2 makes your first, stands for your first half double crochet. And what we're doing on the back here is we're making 3. And it's just like a granny square, where, so there's going to be 3 on each side. So that chain 2 stands for my first, like I said, the second. And now to do a half double crochet, if you don't know, it's just like a double crochet, except for you don't have 2 parts to it. You just go over, through the loop, catch it, through. So you've got 1, 2, 3 on your hook, 4 on your hook, and then you just take that loop all the way through. It makes for kind of a stiffer fabric, which is good for what I'm doing here. So 1, 2, 3 will be the sides, and then 3 half double crochet, and then you're going to build. We already did one side. We're going to do 4 sides to make the square, and then you're going to have this 4 sides. And now, as we usually with the granny square, you would just chain 3 and start it here. I think it's easier to start it at the beginning of the row rather than kind of starting mid-row each one, because if I chained, then I'd be starting up here instead of over here in the beginning of the row. So I chained 1. I'm going to do a half double crochet into the top of that first stitch. So that starts me, instead of here, it starts me kind of in the middle of the chain. So you go 1, 2, to make that, to start that next row, the first half double crochet that'll stand for. And then you're going to do 2 on either side of your stitches. So now I'm working into the stitches, 3 stitches. And then I'm going to do 2 in the chain stitch. And then chain 3. So this, for this side, you chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 half double crochet, and then the stitches. So this will be this second row. So 2 half double crochet, 3 half double crochet into the stitches below, and 2 into the chain stitch, and then another chain. So you're going to work around that way. 7 on each side for this row. And then on the last row, there's 7 stitches. So you're going to have 2 on each side. So that'll be 11. So this is my example. And this actually only has 2 rows in it. But so we're at the end of this row to show you how we start to build the sides. So what you're going to do is do a chain 3 into that first stitch. And then you're going to go into that back loop to start to build these sides up. So you're going to go 1, 2. The rows that build the sides of the box are also half double crochet. So 1, 2. So you're just going to work into each stitch the this back stitch here, or the front loop, I guess. It's kind of the back of the piece, but it's the front loop of the of what you're working with here. And instead of doing a chain 3 when you get to the end, you're going to do a chain 2. And along with working that front loop, that is going to kind of build your walls. It's going to make it stand up a little bit because it doesn't have the room to lay down. So as you see, so I'm starting the second side of the box here. It's kind of making a wall on the side. Okay, so you're going to do 5 rows of that, and then here's what you're going to have. And I think this looks nice. It's a little bit not quite as stiff or structured, but I still think it looks nice if you like it that way. Just finish off there. You can also build these sides, which is what I did. So what you're going to do, chain one, half double crochet into the top of that first stitch, and then you are going to go down, slip stitching into that chain two space that you made at each corner, all the way down. And then when you get to the very bottom corner here, do a slip stitch so it doesn't get too bunched up down there. And then just work into that loop facing you. Right here is what we're doing to give it a little bit more finished look. So you're going to go around doing that, and when you get to this side, you're going to chain again, go up, slip stitching, and go down, and then start and go all the way around that way. And then here's one I made with just one color, and I actually think it looks kind of pretty. I like this color. But okay, so we've done all up and down, and now this one, if you remember the first one that you did, you just went down. So to get to the top again, I'm going to chain one at the end of that row there, and then I'm going to slip stitch up to the top of the box. And at this point, again, you could stop if you like it this way. I slip stitched around just to kind of give it a little bit of bulk at the top. So chain one. Now, if you wanted to make loops, like I said I was going to do to stick into a bulletin board or a fuzzy wall or something, you could do it here. I would do 6 maybe. And then you could then go into the bottom of your stitch. And then at that point, you've got something to put a push pin in. And then at that top loop there, just slip stitch around to finish off your piece. And then weave in the ends. And if you've got a cute little box. I'm having a hard time with my last stitch here. Let's see. There we go. So you'll just go all the way around to do that. And like I said, if you want loops, you can do that. You don't have to. And then you've got your box. You can make it as big or as little as you want. If you get too much bigger, you might have to stiffen it to make sure the sides stand up. But there it is. I hope you enjoy making it.